Welcome to the Career Changers Podcast, the podcast that bridges the gap between your passion for nursing and your dream job. Whether you're a seasoned nurse looking for that perfect role or a new nurse eager to embark on your professional journey, our show is a compass in the world of nursing careers. We will guide you through job opportunities, insider insights, and inspiring stories that will empower you to land the job of your dreams. Join us as we explore diverse nursing avenues and help you find your path. Get ready to make the career leap because Career Changers is here to connect you. Hello, welcome to Mainline Health Career Changers Podcast. My name is Connie Samilevich. I'm a Senior Talent Acquisition Partner with Mainline Health. Today we're going to explore the career of a labor and delivery nurse at Lankenau Medical Center. My guest today is a nurse of over 35 years in labor and delivery and has had a unique opportunity to restart her career not only once, but twice. Please welcome Deb Rafferty to our podcast. Hi, Debbie. How are you today?
I'm good, Connie. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining me. So today I want to explore all about your career. So one of the unique things you've started in is labor and delivery. And so many nurses come to me and they want to break into this specialty. So tell me about your career journey, how you started your nursing career and where you are today in your career.
When I started my nursing career, I actually started on oncology, and then it was oncology med surge. And I did that for a few years, and then I gave birth to twins. And I thought that experience was extraordinary. So I decided I wanted to be a labor room nurse.
Wow. So making that switch from oncology to labor and delivery, I mean, you do see people switch from different specialties into labor and delivery, but now you've been in labor and delivery for so many years. What makes you want to stay in labor and delivery throughout your career now?
Well, I absolutely love my job. From the first week I started, it was maternity. I oriented to mother baby first. I loved being a part of the whole family system. You get to see the joy, and you get to experience the sadness. So I had a little bit of both worlds, and I really liked it.
So you talk about, everyone thinks, myself included, thinks labor and delivery is the happiest place, and you truly are in such a happy place 99% of the time. But there are those times when you have challenging cases. And after you have one of those situations where it was challenging, how do you pick yourself up and return to work the next day and or return to the next patient and continue your work as a nurse? What tips would you have for a person newer in labor and delivery to help them overcome those challenging cases or situations that may arise?
I think nursing in general nurses have to deal with that anyway. Um, no matter what floor you're on, you could have a really sick patient and maybe even a dying patient, and then have to go to the next room and put on your happy face and take care of your next patient. And it's the same with maternity and labor and delivery. You could have a fetal demise in one room and have to go into a joyful situation in another room. And I think your whole career as a nurse, you have to deal with this. I think it's just the capes that we put on.
Mhm. So when in your career, you've also had, challenges outside of cases. You've had challenges with some of your units that you've worked actually closing. So talk to me a little bit about, when you were a nurse and you were working for a unit that closed. Tell me a little bit about your journey there, how long you were at those hospitals and, what it was like when you found out that you had to find a new path and you had to find a new job to continue your passion in labor and delivery nursing.
So my first job was at a community hospital, and I was there for 13 years. And it was towards the 12th year that they had talked about closing labor and delivery. And we had just got a brand new unit. We went to LDRPs. We were thrilled. It was brand new and beautiful. And we couldn't believe they had talked about closing. So at the time, I actually went to another local community hospital and got my foot in the door in their pool. So just in case something happened, I was the last nurse standing on my unit at that hospital. I remember taking the narcotic box and the narc key down to the pharmacy, crying the entire time. Even though I had another job, I was losing my family. We were
Mhm.
we were a close knit, closed unit, and I mean that's 13 years of your life. That's marriages, that's children, even divorces. I mean
Right.
sickness. You become one family. So 8 of us went to another local hospital together, and another 8 went to a different hospital, a mainline health hospital. Hindsight, I probably should have went there the first time, but I didn't. I went to another local hospital, and I was there for 19 years. So again, you build a close family. You share everything together. And we actually got about 2 weeks notice that we were closing and go find a new job again.
So you had to then, kind of find a new work family. And that's when you joined Mainline Health a couple of years ago. So tell me,
Yeah.
what what advice would you have for a nurse that maybe their department is closing, or perhaps they are just forced to find a new job because of a relocation, or to follow their passion? What advice do you have? Because it is hard to leave your comfort zone, your work family, and have to find a new one and find a new place where you feel you know it's the place where you're meant to be. What advice or what tips would you have for a nurse that's going through that?
I mean, I do think it's difficult starting a new job anytime in your whole life. Getting to know people. I think when you ask questions and you ask for help, it brings people closer to you. I think when you come into a new position, if you act like you know everything, people get standoffish. But when you go in somewhere and you ask for help and you ask for assistance, I think people tend to bring you in closer. So I mean, I've only been at Mainline Health for 2 years now, and I feel like I'm part of the family where we talk to each other even when we're not out, inside of work. We text each other if somebody has a death in the family. I think Mainline Health is a great place to work, and I'm lucky that even on day shift we have between 10 and 12 nurses working. So I really think it's a tight knit family, and I was welcomed with open arms, and I love it there.
That's wonderful. I'm so glad to hear. I do know that when you came to Lankenau, you did have some other coworkers that came with you as well. So you did know a few friendly faces when even before you came to the unit. But tell me, and when you think back to your orientation or something that helped you kind of make that jump over to Mainline Health, was it a person or something in orientation that kind of made you feel right at home right away, um, in your role at Mainline Health?
Well, I do think my nurse manager matched me with someone very well. She's a lot younger than me, actually less labor room experience, but she is a wonderful nurse and she is a great teacher. And she asked me what I needed to learn. Now, we came from a totally different computer system. We had Cerner, and we just learned it where I was, and now I come into Epic. So not only am I an old dog and I don't like new tricks, I had to learn a whole new computer system, and I had to learn where everything was in labor and delivery. So it was challenging, but my preceptor was wonderful.
Oh, that's so great to hear that your preceptor kind of made that change for you, or that difference for you. That's wonderful. So, in your short time with Mainline Health, you've also recently became a Daisy winner. So, tell me about winning that award, and what what does that mean to you?
Well, I was in shock. I actually showed up for work that day and I did not have an assignment at the time. And then a patient came up in active labor and happened to be pregnant with twins and needed an emergency C-section. And of course, there's no way to tell what's going to happen with your day. And it was already planned that they were coming up to give me the award with the patient's mom, and the baby. So I'm in my room trying to get everything ready. And I remember my assistant manager came in my room and she said, I need to talk to you. And I said, oh, well, okay, but I'm in the middle of something. She said, no, we're doing it. We'll do it for you. And I walk in the hallway, she rips off my OR cap and they're all standing there. And I'm thinking, I didn't know if I was getting an award or fired. I had no idea what was happening. But it was an honor. I couldn't believe it. I mean, all these years of nursing, I've been nominated a few times, but I never won the Daisy Award. And I don't know that it was, I just couldn't believe somebody took the time out to write a nice letter. I mean, so many times you hear about patients complaining, everybody's calling to complain or write a complaint letter. But when somebody takes the time, and she wrote a beautiful letter, it really touches you. It makes you feel like this is why I do my job.
Right. It's always those extra details or extra step that someone takes that makes a difference to someone. So that's wonderful. Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So, where do you see yourself in a couple of years? Hopefully in labor delivery at Lankenau, but what else do you hope to accomplish or see in your career?
Um, well, at my last job, I was the bereavement coordinator. So I did take over the role here because I do have a passion about helping families. And I think because of my oncology background, I mean, I was end stage oncology. So I really love to help families in their time of most need, not only for their happy times, but their sad times. So I do want to see um, me be able to do more for the bereavement side of my job. And I am not going to another place to work. I'm either retiring or dying in Lankenau's labor room.
Well, let's
Um,
hope you're going to be retiring and
yeah,
enjoying your retirement
yeah,
with a nice
yeah.
pension plan from Mainline Health.
Yes,
Um,
that was very exciting to know that Mainline Health still has a pension plan. That's a big perk for people. Not many places offer a pension, so it's a nice bonus.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, so tell m- tell me when you look back at your career and what's that moment or time when you look back and say this is what I love it. What is that moment, or you probably have many moments in all the babies that you've been part of bringing into the world that you say I love my job. So tell me what that situation is for you.
I mean, even as there's so many memories. Yesterday, I had a beautiful delivery, and when the patient was in labor, she was FaceTiming her brother, who happened to be a lot older than her. And he was on the phone crying, saying that he remembers holding her when she was a baby. And I started tearing up. I still, to this day, if somebody, especially if men, I don't know what it is, but when the dad cries or the family member who's a man cries, it makes me cry even more. But just him saying that I held you as a baby, and now I'm what, you're having a baby, just, I don't know. It just touches me to be a part of the family. I had a grandmother hug and kiss me yesterday. It was just, I don't know, that just being a part of that I don't think patients forget. They might forget your name, but I don't
Mhm.
think patients forget their delivery room nurse.
They don't. I'm sure you're in so many scrapbooks and so many memories, especially for all the parents and families that you've helped over your career. Um, well, thank you so much, Debbie, for joining us. That's all we have time for today, but we truly do appreciate the care and support you give to all our patients at Lankenau, and we certainly wish you continued success in your career. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Connie.
You've been listening to the Career Changers podcast. Moderators include Nicolette Piscani, Abigail Metzler, Tracy Peterson, Cheryl Romoldi, and Connie Samuelevich. Music is by CapCut. Executive producers include Mainline Health Talent Acquisition Partners. Thank you for listening. We hope you join us for our next Career Changers podcast.